Hello and happy birthday to all my beautiful Aquarians out there. Let's go ahead and get started for your February reading. Let's go ahead and see what comes through for all of you. We're going to start with a Moonology card. So what is it that my Aquarians need to know for February 2025? Did I say 24? I meant 25. February 2025. Okay, you are very close to achieving your goal. Now, this feels like there's a lot of closure, and we've had delays. Well, maybe not you personally, but generally with the stars, with the astrology, things have felt very held back, especially with Mars retrograde, with Jupiter retrograde. Well, February is the month that both of those planets station direct and start moving forward again. Jupiter happens first on February 4th, and then later in the month, February 23rd, that's when Mars stations direct. So while I don't think February is going to be this immediate turnaround point where everything happens very quickly, I do think we're going to start to see gradual turnarounds, okay? Very gradual, very slow turnarounds as these planets, which are big and powerful, right? They kind of have this lurching motion that's going on. So we're definitely going to feel the inertia a little bit. But I think slowly, one piece at a time, sorry, my cat just is on the table, one piece at a time, we're going to come to conclusions. We're going to close things out, and we're going to be ready to kind of open up whatever comes next for the new astrological year, which doesn't begin until the end of March with the equinox. So, but I think right now, we have to kind of push things over the finish line. And I think also right now we have to work a little harder on purposefully closing things out. Put our time in, put the hours in, put the effort in, and just kind of check all those items off so that you can say that you've done everything you possibly can do to get yourself to achieve that goal. Okay, so let's see what comes through with the Animal Spirit deck. What is it that Aquarius needs to know for February? Let's see. We have Take the Lead. Okay, I really, really like this because it speaks to your empowerment and it speaks to your position of leadership in your own life, where this is not one of those months. Now, well, I don't want to be so black and white about it, because we do have this North Node conjunct Neptune in Pisces. And I think there is a lot of, taking your hands off the wheel and having a lot of faith and trust. But that's only to a point. I think we have to balance that out with a lot of purposeful and intentional effort. That this is not the time, it is not the season. Maybe later in February when we come into Pisces season, that tune will change. But for the beginning of February, I think we really need to make sure that we are living into our intentions. Okay, we are embodying our manifestations as much as we can. We're doing our part in that. So we have to be empowered, and we have to take the lead with things, with our projects, with our ideas, and with closing things out specifically. And we have to hold ourselves accountable for things too. I think there's going to be a little bit more lax energy as we come into Pisces, but even then the sun is going to come into a conjunction with Saturn. And I don't know that we're going to get this typical Piscean, let it go, have faith, live and let God kind of moment, because I think Saturn is always going to keep it very real for us. And it's going to continually kind of crack the whip a little bit and say, get your butt to work, So I don't know that we're going to have that typical Pisces season that we've had over the past several years. It's going to be a little bit different because Saturn's in there. Okay, we've got Page of Swords, the Lover's card, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. I really like the Page of Swords. There is a freedom element there. I think, it does seem like there is a theme of freshness, that people are really wanting things to be new. I think we're wanting more space. We're wanting more freedom. We're wanting more. To me, this just speaks to like fresh air. We just want more fresh air. We want to be able to breathe. And if there are projects, places, people, things that are feeling suffocating right now, this is a time where we're like, I need to bust out of this. And I think there's a willingness to learn with that Page of Swords as well. And that learning is such a critical component of your success. And maybe that's where you really need to take the lead, is with your education. Maybe you need to learn a new skill or a new talent, or maybe you need to, kind of expand your breadth of knowledge in some way, so that you can have that freedom, or maybe you can ask for more money at a job, or, whatever. But I feel like you need that. There's something inside of you that's, I need more, I need more, I need more. And maybe that's Jupiter stationing direct, really speaking of that Jupiterian energy there. And maybe it's Pluto in your sign saying, hey, look, we have to really revolutionize some things. And a lot of that stuff that's been stagnant in your life, it's got to go. And that's been the message really for the past couple of years, as Pluto's come back and forth in and out of Aquarius. But now that he's not going back into Capricorn ever again, now it's like it's go time. Like we don't really have anything pulling us back or keeping us in that preserved place that we were in for so long for the past 4 to 5 years. We don't have any reason to really keep that going. And so for the sake of newness and freshness, it seems as though learning is the key to do that. Now, the Lovers speaks to partnership and alliance, communication. There's a lot of logistics that comes through with the Lovers as well. But of course, partnership is a really big part of that. So I don't know that this is necessarily an endeavor that you're going through on your own. I think there are people that you can rely on, especially if you are learning things. Of course, you'll have teachers, you'll have mentors, you'll have guides, people that can show you. This may be a good month to take a course. It might be a good month to align with a specific group or community. It might be a good month to, read some new books, whatever the case may be. But I think there's a real enhancement of your mind right now. And we can use other people for that. Now, of course, there can sometimes be a romantic element with the Lovers card. So there could be something going on with your relationship, if you have one. And I think that if you are in an existing relationship, there's going to be a lot of mutual support within that. On the other hand, the Lovers is also often about choices. And I see the choice with the Eight of Cups quite strongly, because the Eight of Cups is a choice. It is a choice to wander away from comfort, to wander away from the world that is known to you. And it's not easy. It is admirable. And I think you're feeling quite inspired right now to do that. And I think this is that freedom of saying, okay, I have to be free from this. Because if something has felt oppressive or daunting, or if you're starting to dread some aspect of your life, that means, it's time for an expansion. And I think Eight of Cups is the perfect card that says, yep, you are due for a massive, massive expansion right now. It may happen in baby steps, because the Page of Swords is usually pretty small, but those baby steps eventually will start to build up to huge leaps forward. I think you'll feel more and more comfortable with that as time goes on. But the Eight of Cups is kind of serious. It's not a willy-nilly, okay, I'm just going to go do it and try it kind of card. It's like, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. So it does feel a little bit serious to me. And it just feels like it's just time. Like you've just hit a point in time where you just can't continue on a same path. Actually, now we've got the Eight of Wands. I mean, I would be shocked if Aquarians who are conscious and aware and who are paying attention to their bodies, I don't know that any of you could possibly be in the same place at the beginning of February as you will be in the end of February. That even just a month can make a huge difference. And with the Eight of Wands, things can go very, very quickly. At some point, I'm feeling an acceleration of pace where maybe things start off a little slow, a little scary. Maybe there's a little mystery involved. But once you kind of get the hang of it, boom, I think you're going to go full force straight ahead. And you're going to dive in with both feet, right? You're going to take the lead. You're going to go for it. And I think you're going to be really, really happy that you do that. Because again, you're very close to achieving your goal. Tells me that not only are you closing a lot of things out, but you're also opening a lot of things as well, which are probably brand new goals that you really, really want to take care of for 2025. So it seems like you're right on track with that kind of stuff. But again, Two of Swords with the Lovers, there's clearly a big choice that you're needing to make. And again, with the North Node conjunct Neptune, there are very often sacrifices that need to be made. For the sake of something new, you're going to have to give up something old. For the sake of a new life, for the sake of a new livelihood, a new relationship, whatever, you are going to have to walk away from things and you're going to have to leave things behind. And I think that Two of Swords is that clear understanding that you have two paths in front of you. You can either continue down this same route, the one you've been going down for years and years, or you can open up this new door, this new chapter, and embrace it fully. But it's not easy, and it's not what you think it's going to be, and you know that. That's the thing. It's like when you know that something isn't going to be what you think it's going to be, it makes it even all that much more mysterious. But I look at the King of Cups and I see emotional stability. And I see this connected with the Stag spirit, the Take the Lead card, and it really speaks to your inner empowerment. And it speaks to your ability to remain stable and secure in the face of such change. The King of Cups is kind of an untouchable, meaning this is something that you're going to do no matter what anyone else says, no matter what anyone else thinks. You're going to do it quietly. You're going to do it behind the scenes. You're going to do it in a way that really doesn't affect the rest of the world at all, but it greatly affects you. It seems like you're making big moves, but people just really don't know. The only people that know are probably the people that are very, very close to you. Only your inner circle. That's it. I'm just trying to think here because actually, let me just pull out more cards. Let's see what else comes through. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy, which is great because again, Mars stations direct, Jupiter stations direct. We have, even as the sun comes into Pisces later on in the month on the 18th of February, he's going to come into that conjunction with Saturn. And even though it's not really happening necessarily in February, we're going to feel that build up. I just think we just have a lot of masculine activation going on right now. And even Venus, who's going to be going through her entire pre-shadow, pre-retrograde phase, she's going to be in Aries, which is ruled by Mars. Just a lot of masculine influence right now. And so I think we have to be in our masculine as much as possible, where the masculine is creative, it is ambitious, it is determined. And this is the energy that we must tap into in order to get ourselves from point A to point B. That is the energy that will accelerate this process. And it's a beautiful process and it's a beautiful energy to lean into. And that Emperor both the King and the Emperor both feel just so untouchable. It's like when you're in this state, when you're in this vibration, there is nothing anyone can say or do. This is why I think you're kind of inaccessible a little bit. Like I say, you're doing all this behind the scenes. You're doing this. I'm so sorry for the yawning. I'm not really yawning. It's just a shortness of breath issue from medication. I had this problem last month. I am so sorry. I'm not really. I'm trying so hard not to do it. It's just, I'm just having a hard time breathing a little bit. So it kind of causes a yawn all the time, especially when I'm talking. So anyway, so sorry about that. I'm not tired or anything. But the untouchability of the King of Cups and the Emperor, it's really, like I say, being behind closed doors, it's to keep you on track. Because if you start introducing a lot of people's opinions and ideas, it might get you second guessing. And I don't think second guessing or self-doubt, I mean, it never really serves us very well. Sometimes it can keep us cautious, and sometimes that's okay, and that's a good thing. But right now, I don't think it is. I don't think your caution is a good thing, and I don't think self-doubt is going to be a good thing, and therefore other people's ideas and other people's opinions. Now, again, I am seeing counsel. I am seeing, like teachers and things, but that's not necessarily the same thing, right? Teachers and counsel and learning and alliances and those types of things, there will be an idea exchange that goes on there. But it's not necessarily someone has an opinion about what you're doing or what they think you should do. I think you need to really limit those types of opinions, those types of ideas, because if you want to go down one track and then all of a sudden someone comes in and says, well, I think you should do this other track, right? Two of Swords. Now you're like, well, maybe I should, maybe they're right. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but I just think you are also right. And I think you should go with your gut. I think you should go with your instinct because it's you, right? And you're the one that's going to know. And I don't think you're doing things based in fear, and I don't think you're doing things based in survival mode or in ego or pride. I think you're doing things for the sake of something bigger than yourself, for the sake of a goal, right? For the sake of something outside yourself, which again is a very masculine thing. So you're doing things for the sake of something that is outside of yourself, something that gives you a drive or purpose, again, seeking more freedom and whatnot. And therefore, you really need to go with your instincts on this one. And again, limit other people's access to you, and certainly limit other people's opinions as well. Like this is not a time to put things on social media or whatever, because I just don't want any seeds of doubt at all, because I'm seeing victory here with the Six of Wands. So when it comes to you're very close to achieving your goal, I think like you really are very close. And I'm seeing you doing a good job with those goals. I'm seeing you succeeding. I'm seeing you winning. I'm seeing you putting yourself in a position to be able to leverage in order to gain more. And even the Three of Cups really speaks of celebration. Both these cards down here, and this may kind of happen at the beginning of Pisces season as we are kind of making our way into that new moon in Pisces, which is going to be February 27th. So very, very end of February there. I just have to check my dates. My notes are over there. So, Mars stations on the 23rd. And then on the 27th, we have that new moon in Pisces. I feel like that's going to be a very powerful time for Aquarius. That's going to be a time where you can celebrate and you can feel really, really good about things. And I don't know, I feel like there's a turnaround point that happens there that makes you really, really happy that you did not involve anyone else in this whole process. Okay, let's pull out the clarifiers. All right, so for those of you who are new, I'm going to pull out like 27 new cards. We're going to open all these cards up and we're going to get a lot more information about this reading. So if you want to join me for the comprehensive reading, you are more than welcome to do so. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all of this, get more detail, and that link will be found in the description box in the pinned comment thread down below. Okay? All right, let's take a look here at the Page of Swords. So what is it that Aquarius needs to know? The Eight of See, there is something about freedom and suffocation. I was like, there is something that's like suffocating you or making you feel not all that great. Okay, the Lovers, we got the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Page of Wands. For the Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, another Lover's card, beautiful, and Six of Wands, again, another card of victory. Nine of Swords. I had a feeling there was a heaviness in this reading, even though we didn't really get any heavy cards in that first layer. But I'm like, there's something big happening for Aquarius, I think. There's something like a big turnaround or a big change. High Priestess, very quiet, Three of Swords. I'm really happy I'm getting validation that that quiet secret behind closed doors, that's coming through very strong for me. Eight of Coins. This is not something to be talking to people about. Ace of Wands. Nine of Coins. Page of Coins, Temperance. Another Emperor. I'm going to pull out a fourth card just because we got a double Emperor, and another Page. Okay. Seven of Swords. Six of Cups. Ace of Swords. There seems to be kind of a sourness around you. Not necessarily that you are sour, but there are other people who are sour and they are around you, and it's really important to be aware of them so that you can avoid them. Okay. Oh, whoops. What was this? Okay. I didn't mean to drop it, but we'll take it. All right. So this is where we'll pick up. All right, Aquarius. So again, the link for the comprehensive is in the description box in the comment thread down below. Thank you so much. Have an amazing February, and I'll talk to you soon.